Okay, guys, before we get started on my thoughts on what happened at Impact, I got a couple of things I got to say. This is a channel update. I don't know if I'm going to put in a title. I may just say it's a review, or maybe I might add this. One, there's a bird that just got born. It looks like an egg hatched in the last, well, I was out yesterday, and now there's a bird chirping like crazy, like it just got born. So from now on, if you hear a bird in the background whenever I do my videos, you now know why. If you're not hearing it now, it's going, sounds like a bird just got hatched. So I'm kind of stuck like that until that bird flies away. That's one thing. A second, if you guys haven't seen my AEW review where I was saying I was a bit sick, and if you didn't see my milestone video from my Gump report that said I pretty much had some type of problem with my stomach, well, it looks like I have some inflamed intestines. It doesn't seem to be something serious because they didn't say it's bad. But it might be due to the fact of all that gas. If you didn't hear what happened to me, pretty much I ate celery, solid stalks, for the first time in my life. I never really ate celery. I've eaten lettuce, I've eaten romaine lettuce, I've eaten cabbage, but I've never eaten celery, ever. Maybe in soup, but it was diluted. I've never eaten solid celery. It gave me extremely bad gas, which started giving me muscle spasms in my stomach. I started getting abdomen spasms, and I still got them now. Now, if you're worried if I'm really bad, I've gone to the hospital. Yesterday I had to go because of physical therapy. I started getting really bad spasms. But they checked me over. They said it seems I'm alright. It's just, I just got bad spasms because of the constant belching and how badly messed up my stomach was. So it looks like I'm alright. But I gotta warn you now, and this is a channel update. I haven't taken my medicine yet. They prescribed me some very strong medicine that I got to take 4 times a day for, it looks like I have inflamed intestine because of how bad that thing messed my stomach up. So the medicine looks like it's 10 days long. So I'm going to be honest to you guys. I have no idea what condition I'm going to be in when I do these videos, if I do them. So I'm hoping I'll be alright enough that I can review and do Gump reports. I'm going to try. But the medicines will make me drowsy. It will make me possibly dizzy or very lightheaded. So essentially speaking, I might not be functional enough to do these videos properly. So like when I do thumbnails for my videos, I may leave them out. I may make these videos quite short. And that's if I can do them. So I don't know what's going to happen with the Gump report. I don't know what's going to happen with this Impact review. I don't know what's going to happen with AEW or NWA. Right now I'm just plain tired. Because I was at the hospital almost all night. And then I had to walk home because it was so late at night and I couldn't grab a taxi. And I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. And then, worse yet, when I woke up this morning to go to the pharmacy to get my medicine, I didn't get it because the doctors over there, some reason, didn't put the prescription in when they said they did, and I had to go to an urgent care, wait there, be seen, make a request to get my medicine because I had to show them the paperwork, and they were good enough to give it to me. I'm just plain tired. And the kicker for this, if you know me, I have anxiety problems. And yesterday my anxiety was so bad, with the spasms in my body, I was shaking. So on top of that, if you don't know how anxiety works with depression, once you get hit with that anxiety, afterward you're exhausted because of the depression. So I'm tired. I literally am tired. It's been very stressful, very, very exhausting. So this is what I got. And I know I didn't have to say all this and put this on you guys, but you deserve to know. You guys, at least some of you, or all of you, have been enjoying my Gump reports, have been enjoying my AEW reports, have been enjoying my NWA and Impact. And I don't know what condition I'm going to be in, and you deserve to know the deal. Now, going into this show. This was interesting to see where they're going to go with Kenny, where they're going to go with everyone else. Going for the women, when it came to Taylor Wilde, what do we get in this show from my perspective, my humble perspective? They tried to build things up for Dana Purrazzo when it comes to Havoc and Rosemary for next week to see who's going to challenge her. When it comes to FinJuice, seeing that Luke went up against Juice Robinson isn't something surprising. Oh, that bird is so loud. It's not surprising they did that, and I wasn't surprised that Juice didn't win because Luke had to win. They got to make this mean something. When it comes to, and this is the thing, when you look at Rachel Ellering, I'm not against her. She doesn't 100% feel like she's a full wrestler. She feels like there's something missing. When you look at Jordynne Grace, she looks like a legit wrestler and she looked hot. Not saying anything about Rachel Ellering. And when you see Rachel go up against Kiera Hogan and Kiera losing, which I wasn't surprised, there was no way they're going to let her job. No way. She just came into business of Impact Wrestling. She just won the titles. They're not letting her job that easily. She just doesn't feel like she's legitimate yet. To me personally, there's something missing. Now, she did the interview. It wasn't bad. She sounded okay. And now Jordynne's going up against Tasha Steelz because now they got to have them go up against each other individually because their tag division is so crappy. And this is what kills me. This is what pissing me off. Where is Jazz? What happened to Jazz? Jazz should be by their side and she is not. And that is one of the selling points I think would have been good for Rachel. Rachel getting put over by Jazz, by being like the guiding hand for her, and there's nothing of Jazz. Now, unless Jazz is sick or she's busy, she should be with them, and it feels wrong that she's not there. El Phantasmo had his match against VSK. Now, VSK looked very good. He did the slam, and then he did pretty much a splash at short distance. I found that very good, very nice. But here's the thing. I don't know if El Phantasmo is one of the bigger stars in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Nakagawa, I believe that's his name, the one who's going up against Moxley, sounds more legitimate and looked more legitimate than El Phantasmo. Yes, he's from the Bullet Club. Yes, he can wrestle, but he doesn't feel legitimate. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's the first time I'm seeing him. Just like when it comes to Rachel Ellering. That could be it. But I got a more impactful feeling from VSK before the splash, before the body slam splash than El Phantasmo. That's just me. And Moose, I know I'm missing a lot here. There's a lot missing. But overall, the show wasn't too bad. The Moose, and when you see that James Storm is now supposedly on the shelf because he now got his ankle messed up by Moose. I'm not surprised about Moose being that aggressive. But the question is going to be, are you going to have two heels go up against each other if Moose is going to be the one who's going after Kenny and get that title? He should be a face. He can still be as aggressive as he is now. But as a heel going up against a heel, it doesn't feel right. Kenny's not a face. Neither is Moose. One of them must change. And that's if they're doing it. Now, was this a good show overall? It wasn't a bad show. It was okay. Kenny coming out with no titles, saying that he doesn't have to do anything. He just got to come out and do what he wants. Kind of goes with the narrative that he is the belt collector. But, maybe it's because I'm just tired because of all that's been going on that I'm not feeling it. And I think that might be most of it. But this is the thing, guys. I truly believed when Kenny decided to come to Impact Wrestling, it would help Impact. But now seeing how far they've gone, and I still say this, and if you don't agree with me, fine. But you know I'm right. Impact, again, has made a decision to work with another company. Actually, they're working with two companies, New Japan Pro Wrestling and Impact Wrestling. I see no advantage for Impact Wrestling again because they've done this before and gained nothing. And if you keep saying that this is all AEW's fault, This happened with Crash and AAA as well. You know that. WrestleGate was a little more better and BCW was a little more better, but they had no power to give Impact Wrestling an elevation in America because they've been still wanting to break into the American market and they can't because they have nothing to really give them. Access TV is not enough. They want the American market. Internationally, in Canada and Mexico, they're doing well, but not in America. And when you look at this situation, they've gained, again, nothing. You got a company in TNT that, well, you see, my mind's a little tired. You got a company in AEW that works and is sponsored and is seen on TNT. And that could truly give Impact Wrestling something. And either Impact agreed not to go on their show, or AEW agreed not to let them on the show. Whether their agreement originally was that Impact was supposed to be there and AEW's reneging or not, Impact again has gotten the shaft because they made the decision to work with a company that will give them the shaft. It's not the point that Tony Khan lied to them or not. Impact does not gain anything. Look what we get from New Japan Pro Wrestling. FinJuice, former IWGP Tag Team Champions, and now El Phantasmo, who to me doesn't feel legitimate. Now, of course, maybe he is one of the most legitimate people there, but he doesn't feel like it. Maybe it's because he just started, or maybe it could be the fact that he's the only one other than FinJuice that's come. I don't sense anything of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, mind you, with FinJuice being there, hopefully he'll do some promos. Hopefully that you'll see another New Japan Pro Wrestling star there that will be even more of a not just a substantial star, but more an established star. I don't care if he's Japanese or American or Mexican or European. They need more. And if they get only those three, then again, and particularly, if New Japan does not do a pay-per-view or Impact Plus with Impact Wrestling, it means nothing. And again, you now have Impact Wrestling working with another company where a few stars come and Impact gains nothing. I say this again to anyone who keeps saying AEW screwed them. Does this mean if you see only El Phantasmo and you got a little bit from FinJuice that New Japan Pro Wrestling screwed Impact Wrestling? You want to say now two companies screwed Impact? Or could it be Impact made the stupid mistake again now to work with two companies that don't give them anything on their Impact Plus shows or the main pay-per-view shows or the main shows that can help them in the American market? Because this is what it's all about, guys. If you don't see it, you need to think. This is about working with two companies that will give them more to a certain extent. With New Japan Pro Wrestling, they're getting a little bit more because they work with Pro Wrestling Noah. This is now New Japan Pro Wrestling, so they will get even a better foothold in Japan. But they want, the main thing is the American market, and they got nothing. Zero. This is what many people don't want to hear. Their big money comes from America. They got a strong international following, but it's not like the American market. And that's what they want. And if they don't get it, what is the point? Again, they tried this with companies in America. And again, they get screwed because they made stupid decisions. Just me. See you guys. I'm hoping to do 2 Gump reports in the next couple of days, but if I don't, I'm sorry. As I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not feeling well. I may not even put any thumbnails in this. So if I don't, I'm sorry. I'm so tired. Peace.